I need to ask you a question. Be curious, Drifters.
Amelia's Jewel hits the front.
Immature is coming right away for Damien Oliver.
Bella Nipotina, and boy, doesn't she deserve this.
The Giga Kick's got a strong kick.
Golden Mile, soar out the mile. I'm thunderstruck over the top. Mr. Brightside has won the mile.
And Militarized blows them away in the Champagne Stakes. And she's a class act, pulling right away Prowess. And Zoo Gotcha won it by 2.5.
Zaki joined by Animo, who looks Destiny in the face.
I said season 9 on the Instagram, but it's actually season 8.
Deek.
Got my wires crossed, but season 8.
Season 8, yeah.
Gee, this is where you usually really come into like your veteran status. You know, you're actually playing some of your career best footy, I would have thought.
Yeah, I'd say so. You could argue I'm over the hill. 31. I'm over the hill. My best footy's behind me. But no, yes, exciting stuff. Season 8.
Yeah.
Do you know what I just realised with that intro song? And this might have been obvious, but the entire thing's in alphabetical order of the horse name apart from Animo last.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't realise that until just then.
Yeah.
Look,
It's almost like I planned it that way.
yeah, almost. Look, you learn something new every day. Season 8. It's early January, Drifters. This is effectively off season, but horse racing never sleeps, does it?
It doesn't, but this is the 4th time that Magic Millions has come around on this podcast, and it's the first time that we've actually committed to covering it.
Yeah.
Great carnival. Love it.
Oh, just the cashola.
Yeah.
Just the cashola that's being thrown around. The cashola that's being spent on the yearlings.
Yeah.
There was back-to-back big sales today. Can't remember the lots, but it was like 1.6 mil to James Harron Bloodstock, and then the very next lot was 1.75 to Coolmore.
He has deep pockets, James.
James, yeah, he's got fuck you money, James.
Fucking oath he does.
He's got fuck you money. Yeah, so it's an exciting time of the year. I really like I've been just live streaming the sales on one screen whilst I've been at work and doing plenty of work on the other screen.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. And it's just, do you know what gets me? It's just bang, 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 bang. Like you could not watch it for 15 minutes and there's like 4 or 5 lots that have gone and it could be like $2 million worth of sales just in.
Crazy.
And Jerry Harvey's like.
Yeah, and some of it's life-changing money if it's a small like breeding arrangement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there was one, which was a half-brother to think about it.
Yep.
Out of a Tasmanian stud farm. Went for 900 grand. Like you couldn't tell me that that's a massive stud farm.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Do you know how much Think About It went for? Surely they had that in the
less than 100 grand. I think he went for 70 or 80 grand.
Far out.
Yeah, so 11 milli later.
Wow.
Gee.
Well, that's almost what we spent on this new setup here.
Yeah, if you watch it on YouTube.
It's nice, isn't it?
Smooth.
Yeah. Shout out to J Mac and Sarge for coming over and helping me with it.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got connections on this podcast.
Yeah.
Drifters. Actually, Joshua McClelland knows the Perth Prince quite intimately.
He does. Yeah.
He's done some really nice stonework for his castle, actually.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He has done.
There's stonemasonry on the side.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, we put up on the Instagram just to kick off season 8, just about some questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that's good.
You know what I mean.
So, talking about the Magic Millions sale, Geno, friend of this podcast and in real life.
Yeah. Real life existence, yep.
Are these horses overpriced? Now, I'm not. I said that Think About His Half Brother would go for 1.5 million to you.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're consuming this, your finger's on the pulse a little bit more. So what do you reckon?
As in, are the yearlings overpriced?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course you could argue that. Like, the amount that go for 7 figures and some don't even make it to the track. So, that is overpriced. But then on the flip side, you're paying 80 grand for a Think About It, who he wasn't sold the Magic Millions, I don't think. But and he's made 11 million prize money. You know, there's capitalists was sold the Magic Millions, and he's now one of the biggest up and coming sires worth his super commercial. So if you're chancing your arm, it can pay off big dividends. But by that very same token, you could argue that the entire horse racing industry is overpriced because it's all a big gamble,
Isn't it?
I'm going to say no, it's not overpriced because the sort of people who are operating at that end of town, for them to spend $1 million on a yearling is like me spending, a significant amount less on something for me that, that makes me happy.
Yeah. A nice cold beer.
Yeah. That's a funny segue, actually. So no, Jenna, I don't think it's overpriced, but at the same time, when you see a $1.7 million Colt absolutely bomb, then you're thinking, gee whiz. So cold beer, G and I, pretty late adopters to the country music scene. There's a lot that I don't like, but there's some songs which I can really get around. And there's a song which a lot of our listeners, a lot of the drifters probably know, but this guy sings about the fact that half of him wants a cold beer and the other half does too. And that's what the song's about. And then he ends the song with half of me wants a cold beer and the other half wants two. And I'm like, I can really get around that. He talks about having a fridge full of them. I'm like, just a simple man.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I like that.
It's good, isn't it?
That is good. Aaron Cahill, just more a comment, said he loved the rebrand because we've revamped the logo as well.
Yeah, they say 8th season, you get the 8th season itch for
Yeah.
a rebrand.
Oh, it's about the 10th rebrand we've gone through.
Yeah. Well, well, the most significant one was made in about a 10-minute car ride.
Yeah.
We changed our name. Hey, it's all worked out,
Hasn't it?
Look at us go. It looks good. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Simplicity.
Yeah, and I think Benny Carroll asked us, give us some ins and outs of 2024. Now, some big ins will be merchandise. Now, merch will be coming in the coming months, and I think that new logo will look really nice on a new hat. Not the old ones, although we still have about, 5 or 6 of the old ones. So they will
Vintage.
They will become red hot property. We might just hang on to those.
Yeah, I think we might.
But yeah, so we got those, and you will see in the coming weeks as well. We've chipped in for the Brisbane Bully, and the Sydney Source, and the Moorfield Mafia, the Perth Prince, and the Victorian Victim to get their own new logos upgraded.
Yeah, well, none of them together combined wanted to fork out the license fee for Canva. So some work's been done. It looks good.
They do look
Looks
good.
inspired.
Oh, if you're a big fan of footy logos, like your retro ones,
Yeah.
you'll be a big fan of these, and they'll look sensational. A little cap too, so
Yeah.
that will be coming in the coming months as well. But Benny Carroll, let's get back to that. So some ins and outs of 2024. So that merch is in for me. Futures markets are in for me.
Yeah.
And the last one, which is like semi-serious, I reckon Damien Lane's going to be in. I think I'm going to find him this year with Ollie retiring. He's going to be the big dog in Victoria.
Well found. What's in for me in 2024? I'm going to say Chris Waller 2-year-olds.
Yeah. Okay.
They're in.
Yep.
He's going to have some smart ones coming through. And a big out for me this year it's me getting ahead of myself and calling myself the best punter on earth when I have one good weekend and talking about it for the rest of the spring carnival. That's going to be out for me. Just keeping an even keel and not getting too ahead of myself.
Okay.
That's what's in for that's what's out for me in 2024.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Out for me, betting on leader bias tracks.
Yeah.
If the writing's on the wall, I'm just going to bin it and just move on to the next week.
Yeah. Out for me is another one. Is I'm going to be more responsible with my multis because I think they're a part of the overflow when the tap's been left on running that I can clearly get rid of and the sink won't be overflowing.
Well, and we like to have fun here, but we also are big advocates for responsible gambling as well.
Yep.
I was telling you that I did a full scale audit before Without a Fight because I wanted to know
Where am I at?
where am I actually at.
Get a real pulse check.
Yeah, and after he won, I was pretty severely in the green, which was fantastic. But the thing that really brought me down was my sports betting.
I don't bet on sport at all.
I'm binning it now.
Yeah.
It's just something I'm not even going to entertain because clearly it's not profitable for me.
No, not at all.
So that's what's in and out. But there's actually some good racing this weekend at the Gold Coast, the new track.
Well, that's an in. The
That's
Gold
in.
Coast track, apparently it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It races really well. Another big in for me as well. Lastly, speaking of the Gold Coast, we'll need to get there one day. But go on to the track. Go on to the track's a big in, drifters.
Mate.
Get there. Make sure, drifters, you support the industry because it's under fire in parts. Get to the track this year as much as you can.
I agree with that. Get your memberships as well.
Get your memberships.
We've got our BRC membership raring to go.
Yes.
This is how committed I am to going to the track this year. I've actually told Prue, I'm like, we are not going to Europe a day earlier than the day after Stradbroke Day. That's how committed I am. I'm like, I need to go there.
You can't miss out on Stradbroke.
I can't. So it's going to be a tough plane ride that next day, but that's the work I'm willing to put in.
Yeah, look, everyone makes sacrifices.
Yeah. That poor old Tas Tiara meeting's getting a bit of a...
White berth, isn't it?
Yeah. We kind of disregard it, don't we?
Well, look, if the BRC or Queensland Racing Queensland, had to listen to a previous podcast, they'd know full well that the Tas Tiara doesn't even need to be a Group 1 meeting. As a standalone, it doesn't even need to be a Group 1.
It's well said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we get into previewing some racing?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. So, race 4 on the program, we're going to leave the debutante races because who bloody knows, Just find the horse that leads on the rail. That's always my theory. But I guess it's a heavy 8 at the moment. The Gold Coast has been absolutely savaged by rain basically since Christmas Day.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see how the drainage does go on that brand new track as well. The weather's not looking too bad. It's quite steamy, at least in Brisbane at the moment here, drifters. But we'll see how it goes. I'm thinking best case scenario, like a soft 6.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I've landed. So if we go to race 4 on the program, it's the Magic Millions Open 1,300 metre handicap race. Now, Rothfire is your $3.10 favourite with Neds. How are you keen to delve into him at that quote? He is the class horse in the race, but he's given all of these at least 6 kilos.
Yeah, he's a lot better than these. 6 kilo swing though.
Soft track for him too.
Yeah, and plus that gate because we just know he's going to be doing a lot of work out front. Look, he's a good tough horse, and if you want to take the $3 on offer with the good people at Ned's Drifters, then be my guest.
That's your prerogative.
That is your prerogative. Look, there's a horse here who ran second to Rothfire on that. Is it the New Year's Day race or is it New Year's Eve race? New Year's Day race in T-Bar, who's sort of been knocking on the door a little bit. Jay Carr on board. That's Steady Ready, number 14. I really liked its run in that race. It had 56 kilos, drops a little bit of weight here. Draws a little bit sticky. But one thing with this horse is that he can take a bit of a seat. So I think he'll be taking a seat just behind the leaders, 1,300 metres, $8 with the good people at Neds. It's a price that I'd dive into. Steady Ready.
Yeah. I'm thinking the Wonder Mare from Rocky, Chinny Boom.
Chinny Boom. She's good.
She's consistent. Only a length off Lady Laguna, and I don't know how many really soft tracks they get up at Rockhampton, and where she raced on a soft 6 at Doomben. So barrier 10 isn't great, but the $7.50 quote, I could spec her a little bit over Rothfire. I was really trying to find Rothfire, but there was a lot going against him.
Yeah. Yeah. In a race like this, happy to see him go around.
What about your old mate at Alpine Edge?
I've made my money from him.
See? You don't need to keep going into these horses that win you some cash.
No. Well, what price was he paying when he won the bloody?
Too much.
Let's have a little look. So let me indulge.
All right, let's
Let
have
me
a
indulge.
look.
The Rockhampton race. What's it called again? The Archer.
Yeah. What's that? His last win too.
It was $20. I think I got him at more than that.
I think so. Little help from the good people at Neds when you just went bang.
Sneak.
Race 5 is the Sub-Zero, Magic Millions Sub-Zero 2200 meter handicap. You have the likes of Warning. I thought that horse was done. I thought he was retired. Skylab as well.
I thought he'd run well recently. Remember?
Yeah.
What race was it?
I reckon it was the Stroke of Luck race, perhaps.
Yeah, it was the Stroke of Luck.
Or maybe
race.
it was even the Rosehill Cup race.
No, it was the Stroke of Luck race. He ran third. Look, do I want to take him here? No.
Yeah.
No way. I like Zanzella.
Yep.
She's in good form. She's a consistent mare. Last start winner. Beat Man Kai Yan. So I'll be with Zanzella, but not a lot of confidence. There's a horse down the bottom here, which I swear to God, Hutch's you've bet on before. It's a little Hutch special. Is that no Anna deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the on-top selection.
Yeah. Gee whiz.
Mate.
$23 for good people in Neds.
Hey, all things considered, on a farcical day at Flemington, she was pretty good on a leader bias day. You know, she still got beaten 6 lengths though.
Yeah.
But the thing is like she looks like she needs this distance. She needs 2,200 meters and further, and there's not a hell of a lot of those races actually going around.
No.
Now, I actually went back through because Amakura pretty much franked the form at Flemington during the carnival as well, where she just missed. But that race where Amakura won the Queensland Oaks, everyone was knocking it before the race, going like, this is not a Group 1 field, blah, blah, blah. Mate, 5 horses have come out and won out of that.
Mm.
Pretty good form.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
So, Noah and a deal. On the quick backup as well, she was decent without being fantastic last week, running 4th, but 52.5 kilos. Gets the half kilo swing on Arts Object, I believe, and Ain't He Grand. So, I'm on team Noah and a deal with Craig Williams on board from Barrier 7. $23 to find out. Yeah.
Throw out the stumps.
Throw out the stumps. The Magic Millions, the Syndicate, 1,100 meters contest at Weight for Age. Now, 11:11 just comes to this carnival and just like bashes up on everyone, right?
It definitely does.
He's $26 this time, though.
It's a big price.
Yeah.
It's a big price. I found this a very tricky race.
Yeah.
The one that I sort of kept coming back to, just because he's fresh up here, and I just want to see, he's coming out of a 28-week spell. That's number 4, Golden Boom. I really liked what I saw from him last prep. He is fresh up here, so it might even just be a watch and see how he goes. But for me, he's a horse like where I think that he could have a potential upside that would be better than these. Bloody hell, Robert Heathcote can't draw a barrier, and for this bloody carnival, can he? With Prince of Boom, look. Barrier 15, Rothfire was what, gate 16 or something like that. So Prince of Boom on his day can beat these, but I'm happy to take him on with Golden Boom. Draws well enough, but
To be perfectly honest, I get those 2 horses confused.
yeah, no, fair. Prince of Boom will like put in a couple of performances in a prep where you're like, this horse is actually genuine, really fast.
One of them, to me, I have a feeling it is Golden Boom. I classify as like a 1,000-meter horse. I feel like he can't quite get a genuine like big field 1,200 meters. And then Prince of Boom, I feel like is a little bit more versatile over the longer distances. That's my gut feel.
I'd probably have it the other way around, but
Hey,
could be wrong.
it's a game of opinions, right?
Yeah.
Mate, Hot Nash. Derry Grove.
2024 Hot Nash. That's in for
That's
2024.
huge.
Hot
in.
Nash.
To be fair, he's 2023 into 2024.
Do you know who's been out for a long time and still going to be out in 2024? Weak gutted dog John McNeil. Picks up some wins in the off season. I saw. All right, Jai.
Mate, Derry Grove. Now, beating up on the second graders, but he's beaten these things by like 4.5 lengths. He's been so impressive, and in the Kosciuszko, my God, just got way too far back.
Way too far.
And front page is a borderline Group 1 horse.
Yeah, but if we know a guy who can get him into the race early, it's Hot Nash.
Come on, get him a little nudge in there, Nash.
Hot Nash with the hot whip.
Yes.
I reckon his whip would be like just for some reason, like really, really hot. Like hot to touch. Like, oh, tss.
Yeah.
So when he actually gives him a little persuader.
Elder Wand.
Tss, 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 tss. Elder One Nash.
Yeah.
Look, with that schnoz, he can't be Voldemort.
That's true.
he can be more of an Albus Dumbledore, more of a Severus Snape type of
Severus.
with that schnoz.
The Half-Blood Prince.
My lord.
My lord. All right. Derry Grove on top for me. 650 for him.
Half blood, nah. Half blood, Rawilla.
The Magic Millions Snippets is race 7 on the program. The 1,200 metre contest for the 3-year-olds plus open set weights penalties. Now, we had a question come in. And I was from Frosty 361. Can and will King of Sparta win again? Not at $1.75, Frosty. My God, that's short.
That's short for him.
For King of Sparta,
That's short for him.
no way. This horse is won. He hasn't won in 50 weeks.
Gee whiz, no, I'm not diving into that price.
No way. He is the class horse, but not
Yeah.
at that quote. Absolutely not.
Do you know who can get something over the line at decent odds here? Mickey D,
Yep.
number 6, Rose Courts. She racing on Derby Day?
Yes. Maybe it was the week after.
Yeah, might have been.
Yeah. Champions Day.
But sort of that form around, Queen of the Ball, Beat She Dances, gets to a race here, which I think is easy enough for her to win. Mickey D on.
Soft track is the concern for
It
her.
is a bit of a concern for her, but I don't know. I think she's got a bit of class. Rose Courts, Graham Begg.
Yeah.
He's in pretty good form.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Rose Courts is the one for me there. $9.50 with the good people in Neds.
Okay.
Yeah, drifters. Get some of that in your ball sack.
Oh, I wasn't expecting.
Get some of that in there.
Holy smokes. Mate, I was looking. Now, this horse hasn't won in 69 weeks.
Yeah. Is that 420 days?
Yeah.
No, surely not. No, it's not. It's not.
Close enough.
Pretty close, but.
Baller. Top weight. Now,
Speaking of balls. Fucking baller. Gee whiz.
but 69 weeks, you put that aside. The last time, not the last time, but this horse was when he was down the straight. He was placing against the likes of like Private Eye, Rockin' Horse.
Real genuine Group 2 type performances.
Yeah, so at set weights and penalties here, 59 kilos, top weight, $11. I could spec him. I could spec Baller. Second up rather, as well. Now, second up syndrome is actually out for me in 2024.
Something to be mindful of.
Although Without a Fight was second up. He didn't really have that second up syndrome, did he?
I think you just need to assess each race on its merits.
Well said, mate. Race 8 is the 2-year-old classic. Now, I have a few here. I'm going to give out a trifecta in this race, but I'm keen to see your thoughts. Storm Boy. Now,
He's a smart 2-year-old, isn't he?
mate, if you follow me on my Ned's profile, you would have seen that before he won his first race in Sydney, jumped on him. I didn't jump on him in that race because it was like $1.50, no point. Jump on him for the Golden Slipper, $28. He's like a $7 shot now.
Futures markets.
Yeah.
That's when they're not toxic drifters.
Yeah. So I could see him cool and gutter like winning this and then being a very short favourite for the Golden Slipper. He's smart, on speed, tough, good colt.
I like him. He's my on top selection here, Storm Boy. I haven't seen anything from him that would persuade me to go against him at $2.30 if he was shorter than that. If he was like $1 or something, I'm like, come on, man. Yeah. It's a 2-year-old race. Yeah. It's only his third start. But $2.30, I think there's enough meat on that bone to dive into. Really like what I've seen from him. Plus the form out of his races that he's had so far has been pretty good. So out of that first race, you've had 2 winners since then. So clearly he's not just, beaten up on things with no ability. Look, his main competition is obviously number 2 Spywire, number 3 Parkour's good, number 4 Highness, and number 8 from the McAvoy stable, Arabian Summer. If I was going to dive into something apart from Storm Boy, it'd be her little filly, Arabian Summer. But no, really confident Storm Boy will put him away.
Yeah. I was happy to risk him from barrier 10. That was my only little query with him, and potentially the wet ground. But, he's got through soft prior, so you kind of like take that on face value. Mate, the one I'm really keen on here at $6, I think it might be second or third favourite, is Highness, the one you touched on. Tell you what, this horse already, Michael Friedman can train these 2-year-olds so well. And, pardon me, line chaser, this horse. Sees a bunny and he wants to chase it down. Has a really, really smart turn of foot. And tell you what, mate, James Harron with these colours this year in the 2-year-olds, they might be the dominant ones. Because who was that other one that brained him at Flemington early days?
Oh, not Cannonball, no.
No, but it was something similar. Anyway, and I think there was another one that...
He's a really weird stride from memory. Big horse.
Bodyguard,
that's right.
Bodyguard. So Highness on top for me. Chase down Spywire last week, won pretty smart. So Spywire on the quick backup. Some 2-year-olds love it. Some of them don't handle it. But the roughie for me, and this is another one that Frosty has asked, best roughie in the 2-year-old and the 3-year-old classics. So best roughie for the 2-year-old classic for me is Poster Girl. So she is the one who has the form around Storm Boy and is $31. Like, that's a big price. I do think that she will probably land up being like a Champagne Stakes type of filly, if not even further. Like, she just looks like she wants to eat up the ground and wants further distance, So, Alabama Express, the sire.
Yep.
CF4 a few years ago, maybe?
It's a Yulong sire from memory.
Oh. I thought they only really invested in mares. There you go.
No, they've got Grunt. They've got Ridden Tycoon.
Oh, of course.
Tagaloa. So, Alabama Express is a Yulong sire. Roughie for me would be number 11, Erno's Cube, out of the Kieran Ma stable. Not Dave Hughes.
Interesting.
So, Erno's Cube, $21 with the good people at Ned's, has been really honest in both of its races so far. And it has, it's quite obvious to me that I'll have some improvement, but, it's $21 for a reason. But unlike some of the favourites in this race, it's actually drawing a decent gate. Jason Collett on a wet track. He's riding really well for Kieran Ma at the moment. So, Erno's Cube, bit of a roughie if you want one.
Lovely. The 3-year-old classic, the 3-year-old Guineas, is race 9, the 1,400 metres for the 3-year-old set weights penalties. Now, am I reading this right that Chrysaor is the favourite in this race?
Yeah, he is.
At $4.80?
He is, yeah.
Oh, you can leave me out of that.
Yeah, I found that a bit strange as well.
J-Mac Waller, yeah.
Yeah. Found it interesting, though. Sofrado, horse who you backed in the Winter Carnival
I might have
last year.
I might have got my money from Sofrado.
He's been gelded. And he was actually really good last start, beating Cross Aor.
Yep.
So $6.50 with the good people in Neds. He's probably one that I would dive into. The other one is actually another Heathcote thing that's drawn pretty well out. 3-year-old filly, number 13 at Bounding. She's been great form this prep. Started off with a win in Doomben, second to West of Dalby. Shout out to you. And then another win last start. So in good form, a bit of weight relief. $7 for the good people at Neds. I don't have a roughie in this race though. Sorry, Victors.
No, I think that's okay. I've got one. My on top selection is about $8. That'll do. That is, where is it? Sorry, I'm just referring to my notes. A little bit rusty. Having a 6-week little break here. Number 10, Sydney Bowler. So this is another one. Oh, $6.50 now. Gee, finger on the pulse. Johnny O'Shea. Horse, Jason Collette, as you kind of highlighted. This horse is going to go back anyway, so 17, not entirely worried about that. If it is really wet, you actually might want the wide barrier because they might fan out a bit wider later. But this horse, at 2 of its starts, has absolutely brained him by two and a bit lengths. Is getting better to the line as well. It isn't switching off. It just keeps going. And that's probably one of the best wins you'd ever hope to see at Beaumont. This horse just had absolutely no chance, then absolutely pinned it on the line.
Yeah, right.
So, really, really smart horse, this Sydney Bowler. So,
look, I do have a roughie now having a bit of a closer look. Drifters. Can you remember VC?
Yeah. Yep.
It's number 9 VC. He at one point would have been, right up in the market for the Blue Diamond. Absolutely failed in that race. Put him away for 25 weeks. Brought him back out for the spring. Ran 7th of 7 at Caulfield. And then sort of ran 3rd and then was put away again. Was brought out and ran 3rd, sort of first up here for this prep. So clearly, Kieran Maher must have an opinion of this horse. He's still got his nuts. He's by Capitalist VC. So relatively lightly raced. He's $21 for the good people in Neds. If there's a bit of a plunge, guys, on Saturday,
Those connections don't mind a punt, do they?
Yeah. So follow the market a little bit, I reckon, with VC.
I think that Sir Dragonet plunge on Cox Plate Day was one of the greatest I've ever seen.
Lee Grashua, that was a plunge.
Yeah. Well, it was a plunge, but considering she started $1.50 in Japan, still overs. Royal Tribute is another good roughy-ish, each way play, $9.50, number 4. This horse, if you remember back to the early, mid-spring, was only a couple lengths off the likes of Osmosis, who went out and won the Coolmore, and then was near King's Gambit as well. So, he's probably one of the class horses in the race over the 1,400 metres as well. Race 10 is the Magic Millions Cup, 1,400 metres, open quality. I thought Far Too Easy would just brain these. He's a good horse.
He is a good horse, Far Too Easy. So the only horse that I'd take him on with is my guy, Tamer Lane. But he's drawn a little bit sticky, or Far Too Easy has as well. Tamer Lane's $7. I could entertain that. Drifters, I could be talked into that. But I think Far Too Easy is a good horse.
Yeah, Lock Eagle's the other one.
Lock Eagle is the other one.
Yeah.
Who'd he beat last start?
Attractable Lions Raw.
That's right. Ran second to Detonator Jack.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And Lions Raw has franked the form there. He's come out in one since.
Revolutionary Miss.
She
strung a couple together.
She has, but she needs a dry track.
Oh, I remember that day.
Yeah. Well, I say that, but she's actually won on a soft 7 at Caulfield. I don't
Might be
know.
one of those races, I reckon.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult, isn't it? Like the 3 that we threw out there, Tame Lane 16, Far Too Easy 21.
21.
And Lock Eagle 15. Might be a big F if you're taking a quaddie.
Potentially.
The Magic Millions Fillies and Mares is race 11 on the program. My God. 1,300 metres for the Fillies and Mares set weights penalties. Revolutionary Miss is a dual accepted here.
There you go.
Lady Laguna, $3.10 favourites. I'm keen to take her on with one.
Yeah, I don't mind Lady Laguna here, to be honest.
She's consistent, isn't she?
She is consistent. One thing about her is that she will handle the soft deck.
Yeah.
J-Mac on, where's she get to in the run? She's pretty much like a sort of forward to midfield type, isn't she, Lady Laguna?
Yeah.
So I think J-Mac should be able to get her into a good spot. Yeah, Lady Laguna for me.
Best of the days here.
Is it?
Yeah. Royal Merchant.
You reckon?
Mate, you look back. So she won at Wyong.
She had to win her last start.
She did. And she only fell in. Good 4. Hot Danish, good 4. We're beaten 3 and a bit lengths by Roots. The Invitation, 2 lengths. She should have won that on a good 4. The Navision, beaten 6 lengths to Magic Time on a good 4. Eagle Farm, good 4. In that would have been that is the Stradbroke. She was beaten 4 and a bit lengths. You go back, her last start on soft ground. That's what I'm getting to. She won a Group 1 in Adelaide.
Wait. You're using Group 1 Adelaide form as a reference.
That's what I'm doing. But I'm also using Stradbroke form. So
Oh, yeah, elite then.
Yeah.
I'd rather, yeah, if you said she was 4 lengths away from winning a Stradbroke, I would have been like, phenomenal form. Elite form. That's a big in for 2024. Stradbroke form.
She needs, well, it's always been in. Always in vogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if she's winning a Group 1, albeit in Adelaide, on the soft ground, she's needed the ground, mate.
In theory, she should be putting these away.
Yeah. 59.5. She has to do it with the toppy. But, yeah, I think she's a cracking bet, Royal Merchant.
Yeah.
Well, that's about it.
Yeah.
I know. It feels good to be, like, back, you know?
Feels good to be home, baby.
Yeah.
Feels good to be home. Well, when's the actual first Group 1 race? Holy shit, it's only on the 10th of
Feb
CF4.
Yeah.
That's 4 weeks away.
I know. It's a good meeting, I reckon, around Australia Day. There's like a ton of...
There's a Blue Diamond, an Oakley Plate, and a Futurity on the 24th of Feb. Oh,
yeah.
Australia Day is this month.
I'm meaning like the Group 2s and 3s and stuff.
Yeah, starting to build back up.
Yeah. So, well, we've already seen it here, mate. Queensland sets the standard. The good horses target the Queensland races.
There's a lot of good horses racing in Gold Coast this weekend.
There is.
Good to see.
Yeah.
Really good to see. You know, we contribute to the industry unlike some other states.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what you might find fascinating? There is a something by I'm Invincible out of Arcadia Queen.
Hello.
That is about to go under the hammer.
Now, you said this is the one that you were telling me about. You sent me a picture of this from the book. You said, what did you say? Maybe 2 million? What did you say?
I don't think I set a specific price.
Let me have a look.
Although I could certainly be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the last. Where is she?
Arcadia Queen. Nah, it's not. It's not in my. Oh,
it's not. It's lot 442. They're only up to lot 418. So, yeah, I think that's too far away for us to keep an eye on. But yeah, might be something to keep your eye on. Drifters will probably be on your socials because I'm assuming that's going to go for a bit. I'm Invincible out of Arcadia Queen.
Is it your prediction that would be the highest lot? Without looking in depth of every single
for
lot.
today, yeah.
Yeah.
Considering we've already seen a 1.75 milli.
Far out. So
but all the I'm Invincibles are consistent.
Yeah.
So you already know you got a good base there. And then out of Arcadia Queen, please. She ran an Everest, mate. And she won Group 1s over, 2,000 metres?
She ran at Everest, Golden Eagle.
Please.
Yeah. Won what?
Relatively lightly raced, all things considered.
Won a railway, won a
Kingston
Town, and then she won a
Caulfield Stakes.
Ran really well on a wet Cox plate.
Yeah. And that was not her jam.
No. And I reckon her last race was the Mugger 2 All-Star Mile, I reckon.
It might have been. And it's just way too wet for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, well said. But yeah, there's been a 1.7 milli. So keep that in mind, drifters.
All right, so you're predicting
She'll be the highest.
2.
Oh, there's been a 1.9 milli.
Sheesh.
By Too Darn Hot, which is a Godolphin British sire. Securing Mar bloodstock, 1.9 milli. Sheesh. I'm going to say something with a 2 in front of it.
I reckon 2.3, Jordan.
I'm going to say 2.69.
I reckon 4.2.
Mate, stranger things have happened.
All right, that's it.
See.
We'll potentially see you next week. We might try and do like a phone interview with someone or something. Need to organise that first.
Yeah, we doing a Sunday? We doing a review, or we gonna slowly work our way back into that?
We'll see.
We'll see, drifters. We'll keep each other on our toes. We'll keep you on your toes.
Yeah. Keep an eye out.
Never know what's going to come through that door.
All right. Goodbye.
See ya.